Okay, good morning, everybody, seniors and special needs friends. It is time for your music session, and let's do our Music Academy jingles. If you're ready, sit up nice and straight, and let's sing along. Here we go. Time for school, time for music, time to learn together. We can do it. Learning is fun with Mr. C. And learning is fun. Once again, my special needs and my seniors friends, welcome to your music session. So today, let's get a couple of things ready. First of all, we're going to do some stretches before we do our hymnal for today, which is Brethren, we have met to worship. Okay, so again, Brethren, we have met to worship. Find a Google search and type in Brethren, we have met and the word lyrics, and those lyrics should pop up right away. So if our direct care people can also help our friends out, that would be great. Thank you so very much for all that you do. And so again, brethren, we have met to worship. Type in the word lyrics. Those words should pop up right away, and you will have them ready. Okay. Also, we're going to continue with our Cole Porter song. Okay, I've got you under my skin. Okay, so get ready to also have those lyrics as well. We're going to go right to the bridge of the song, which is the middle of the song. We have to yet to do the bridge, so be ready to do that, everybody. But right now, while all of that is getting ready, while we're getting all of that ready, everybody sit up nice and straight. Relax the shoulders, and everybody take take a deep breath. Let's start off with a breath this time. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then out your mouth. Ready, everyone? And deep breath in, deep breath out. Once again, deep breath in, and deep breath out. And now everybody reach up into the sky as high as you can. As high as you can, not higher than you can, but as high as you can, okay? So reach up as high as you can. Okay, feel that stretch in the lower back, and everybody bring it down right now. And everybody take, let's start moving our shoulders. Let's roll our shoulders back. I'm at a loss of words this morning. Okay, maybe it's the rain. Okay, right here in Georgia, where I am living, Georgia, it is raining. It's a lot of rain today. I don't know if there's a lot of rain where you are, guys. Okay, but it's a lot of rain today. It's a gloomy day. Okay, but that's okay. We can definitely have fun. This is the day that God has made, so we can enjoy still. Everybody roll the shoulders forward. Roll the shoulders forward. Breathe while you're doing this. Great, everybody. Now let's rotate our necks very slowly. Ladies and gentlemen, very slowly. Do not go fast, okay? Nice and easy, and don't hyperextend the neck either. Do not go. If you can only go at this rotation, that's okay. Do not overextend, okay, if you cannot. Great, everybody rotate in the other direction. Fantastic, everybody. Great job. Now everybody look all the way up and look all the way down and look all the way to your right and look all the way to your left and shrug and hold those shoulders. Shrug and hold and let them drop. Once again, shrug and hold and let it drop. Great. Now put your arms in front of you like this and start opening and closing your hands. Great. I was touching my tablet there just now. Tablet that has all the lyrics to Brethren we have met to worship. Okay. All right, great. And everybody squeeze and hold, keep squeezing and holding, keep squeezing and holding. And shake it out a little bit, shake it out. And now keep your hands in front of you like this and start rotating the wrists inward. Great job, everyone. Now everybody rotate in the other direction. Good. Now everybody rotate with elbows and wrists. Wonderful. Now everybody rotate inward, elbows and wrists. Wonderful job, everybody. Great job. Once again, one little rotation of the shoulders, backwards and forwards. Okay, great, guys. Take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we are good to go. Okay, so hopefully you have had time to grab those lyrics from Google. Okay, brethren, we have met to worship. Okay, now this particular hymn has a little bit of air of mystery behind or surrounding it. It is known as a folk hymn. However, the reason why it's a folk hymn is because they still haven't decided who was the actual author. They suppose there's a group of people that think that a George Atkins is the author. And then there's another group of people that think that George Askins is the author of this. Over the years these two it's either you're a George Askins or George Atkins, and these are two different people, by the way, around the same era. Okay, not very convenient. Again. George Atkins and George Askins were two preachers that lived around the time that Brethren We Have Met to Worship, was being sung, was really created. Okay, so this was written, so to speak. But because there's a confusion as to who actually authored this particular hymn, they have attributed to or they have made it a folk hymn because they cannot decide. There's no actual proof. There hasn't been any proof as to which one actually wrote it, whether again it was George Askins or whether it was George Atkins. Okay, you could definitely look up this information online. Okay, but that's exactly what's going on with what has gone on with this particular hymn. And so therefore it is a folk hymn because it's been passed down the generation, and they can't really prove whether it was Askins or Atkins that actually authored this hymn. So that's why it's a folk hymn. Okay, very interesting stuff regarding that. But this is a beautiful, beautiful song that I learned about two Sundays ago, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So have those lyrics ready. Sit up, continue to sit up nice and straight. I'm going to grab my guitar for this today, and let's sing along to Brethren We Have Met to Worship. Here we go. Brethren, we have met to worship and adore the Lord our God. Will you pray with all your power while we try to preach the word? All is vain unless the Spirit of the Holy One comes down. Brethren, pray, and holy manna will be showered all around. Brethren, see poor sinners round you, slumbering on the brink of woe. Death is coming, hell is moving. Can you bear to let them go? See our fathers and our mothers and our children sinking down. Brethren, pray, and holy manna will be showered all around. Sisters, will you join and help us? Moses' sister aided him. Will you help the trembling mourners who are struggling hard with sin? Tell them all about the Savior. Tell them that He will be found. Sisters, caregivers pray, and holy manna will be showered all around. Let us love our God supremely. Let us love each other too. Let us love and pray for sinners till our God makes all things new. Then he'll call us home to heaven. At his table we'll sit down. Christ will gird himself and serve us with sweet manna all around. And that was, brethren, we have met to worship. Give yourselves a round of applause. I should say a round of applause. Again, I'm at a loss for words today. I don't know why. Okay, but maybe it's the rain. I don't know. But in any event, great job if you were able to follow along with that. If you had a little bit of trouble, you know what I always say, ladies and gents. All you have to do is go back to the video, replay it with your lyrics handy, and practice and repetition. Okay, but that was Brethren We Have Met to Worship, whether by George Askins or George Atkins, it is still a folk hymn. Okay, so let's get right to I'm going to grab my music book here, grab my song book of Cole Porter's I've Got You Under My Skin. Okay, please have those lyrics handy, because we're going to go over to the piano and sing right to the bridge. I gotta look this. You think I'd actually be able to find the song right away, but no, I have to look up in the table of contents. Okay, what was it? 51. Okay, page 51 for me. Okay, but please have those lyrics handy. Turning on my piano, I'm just gonna move a couple of things out of the way and move the keyboard move the camera, I should say, over closer to the keyboard. Here we go. All right. Make sure you are sitting up nice and straight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Make sure you are doing that. Okay. Let's start. Let's warm up. Okay. We're going to do just a warm up. I'm going to make sure the piano's working. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's warm up by singing the first two verses just to start off with. Okay. And then we are going to begin learning the bridge. The bridge part is where is in the stanza of your lyrics, where it says, I'd sacrifice anything come what might for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Okay, so that's the bridge part. We might even go over the last verse. Okay, actually, I'm sorry, there's more to that bridge. Okay, don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality. Wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. Okay? And then, actually, I'm sorry. No, let me say that. I would say that part really is the last verse, because then it really ends with the more familiar. I think I was going by the fact that it has a different melody and slightly different rhythm there from the other two verses. Okay, but actually that is really the third and final verse. It's it has a difference there. But the only thing that actually really, once we come to the very end of the song, okay, is the very last part, because I've got you under my skin, and that's the more familiar part. So really, that last part that I just read is part of the final verse. Okay, but the bridge, it actually goes from I'd sacrifice anything come what might for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. And that is the end of the bridge section right there. Anything else after that is really the last verse. Okay, don't you know, little fool, and all the way to the end. Okay, such very endearing lyrics. Okay, I've got you under my skin. It's something you can't help. Is in love with that special person, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic thing, even though it behind behind it. Behind the lyrics, there is a romantic connotation to it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to deal with romance. It could be a loved one in the family. It could be attributed to that for sure. So that's what makes this song pretty amazing, because again, it doesn't have to be just a romantic type of thing. Okay. Love knows no bounds, right? Love can be described in many different ways. Okay. However, let's go right to the very beginning. I've got you. Okay, ladies, you're singing up here. I've got you. Okay, but gentlemen, you're singing down here. I've got you under my skin. I will be singing with the gentlemen, of course, but ladies, you stay up here while the gentlemen, you're down here. I will sing with you, but play the ladies' part, okay, while I'm singing the gentleman part, okay? So here we go. Take it from the beginning. Here we go. First two verses. I've got you under my skin. And 1, 2, ready. Sorry, I'm going to give you a 3 count and then come in on number 4, okay? 1, 2, and 3. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. Keep going. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, darling, darling, I know so well, and I've got you under my skin. Okay, so despite my little faux pas there, okay, that is how the first 2 verses go. Let's do it one more time, because I don't like it when I make mistakes. That kind of hinders everybody. Let's do that again. Okay, so want to get it right this time around. Here we go. The guys are here. Gentlemen, you're here. The ladies. Here we go. And 1, 2, and go. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, darling, I know so well. I got you under my skin. Well, that was a little better despite my little mistake, okay? But now we're getting right to the bridge, okay? Again, the bridge is the middle part of any song, okay, where the melody takes a change. A lot of the melody patterns take a change, and so do the rhythm patterns. They take a change as well, okay? And yet it goes very well with the entire scheme, the entire story, if you will, the entire theme or story of the song, okay? It's like any story, really. There always has to be a beginning, a middle, and an end in order for an order of events to happen, in order for it to make sense, okay? So music takes on that same type of format, slightly different, but still there is a similar format to to literature because, hey, we are dealing with literature. And by the way, it also does the same thing when it comes to just regular music, when it's just instrumental music, in other words. So if there were no lyrics, to this song or any song, when there's no lyrics to a song, the music actually resembles a sort of story-like type of format. It's got to be a beginning, a middle, and an end. And you hear it very, very apparent in the melody and the rhythms. You hear it right in the song. Okay. So let's take it. Here we go. It says, "I'd sacrifice anything, come what may." Now I'm kind of speaking the rhythm right here. Okay. There's a lot of what they call triplet quarter notes. Okay. So it goes again. As far as rhythm is concerned, "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear." Okay, so let's take it from there. "I'd sacrifice." Here we go. We start at this note. Ladies, you're up here. Okay. While gentlemen, you're down here. Okay. Actually, let me play both parts. Okay. Just kind of me first. Okay. So it goes, ladies, "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear." Okay, so that's how that goes as far as the ladies are concerned. Gentlemen, you're down here. I'd right there, and it goes, "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear." Okay, so let's do that again. Ladies first, okay? Listen very carefully, and this time you can actually sing along, ladies, okay? Okay, and then I'll do the gentleman again. Okay, very tricky rhythm, okay? So that's why we're going to do this again. So again, I'm going to give this time a 3 count, another 3 count, and you come in on number 4, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear." Okay, so that's how that goes, gentlemen. Right here, okay, give the 3 count, and let's do it together. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear." Okay, so that's how that goes. Let's sing it together, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I'm going to play the ladies' part. Okay? Oh, sorry, excuse me. First note is right there. I'd hum it, ladies. That's your first note. And gentlemen, you're down here. I'm gonna sing with you right here, gentlemen, but I'm gonna play right here with the ladies. Okay, so let's all sing it together. Here we go. Okay, and here we go on 1, 2, and 3. Ready? "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear." Okay, let's do that again, everybody. Here we go. On my count, I'd sacrifice. Here we go. 1 and 2. Let's go. "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear." Okay, so think about those lyrics now. "I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near." Okay, so and I'll do anything to have you near me. Okay, in spite of a warning voice, no matter what other things tell me, or that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Okay, so it constantly tells me that maybe I shouldn't be. You get those feelings with certain people. Okay, that there's a warning, and yet you can't help it. You do anything to just be around them because you see more. You see more than what common sense, quote unquote common sense, might show. You actually see more, more in that person than anybody else would actually care to realize. Okay, so that's really interesting. That's really interesting because it just reminds me. It reminds me of how God sees us all. We are all sinners, right? We all make mistakes. He knows our hearts, and he knows who's worth it, and he knows who isn't. You know, he knows. I wouldn't be able to say it. Nobody would be able to say it, but God knows, and that's an amazing thing. It's very amazing thing. And it's amazing how something secular, how a song secular can still remind you of how God is in everything. God really has Himself in everything. Okay, so if we ever wonder where we get our inspirations from, okay, only one being, only one person can give us the inspiration, and that is the Lord Almighty Himself. That's just amazing. You can definitely, it's not of our own thoughts. It's not, lots of composers can say, well, I got my inspiration from this or that, or anything else, but it all comes from God. It all comes from God, and it's amazing how that even in secular music, you can see God in it. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's see. Let's go right into. I'm just checking the time over here. Okay, so actually, what I'd like to do, okay, is take one more week to go over the last verse. Okay, last verse we'll go over next time. Okay, but right now I would love to just go back to the beginning, go back to the top of the song. Okay, go into I've got you under my skin, take it all the way in through the bridge. Okay, everybody, let's do that together. Let's get that first note, ladies. I've, okay, well, gentlemen, you're here. I've, so it's okay. I've got you. I've got you, gentlemen. I've got you. I will sing with the gentlemen, but play the ladies' range right here. Okay, so here's my 3 count. Get those lyrics ready. Sit up nice and straight, shoulders relaxed, and let's take it. Here we go from the beginning. And 1, 2, and 3. Sing. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, darling, I know so well I've got you under my skin. Now here comes the bridge. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. And off, okay? So that's so far. First verse, second verse, bridge. Let's do that again, everybody. Here we go. Great job. Have you got it? Okay, maybe not so much. Let's do it again. Okay, and then after this, guess what? You can go right back to the video, replay it, lyrics handy, practice as much as we've repeated this, okay? you can still repeat more and more. That's the great thing about being a member of the academy. You can just go right back into the video and practice and repetition. So let's take it again. Here we go. Ladies, I've, gentlemen, I've at the beginning. Here we go. And on my count, 1, 2, and sing. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when darling, I know so well. I've got you under my skin. And here's the bridge. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Okay, and there you have it. That was the first verse, second verse, and bridge. Okay, there it is. Guys, give yourselves a nice round of applause. Great job, everybody. Great job. Okay, if you were able to follow along with that, again, if not, replay this video. Have your lyrics handy and practice what we just did along with the video. Sing along with me. Continue to do that. The more repetitions you get, the better you get at it, everybody. Okay, but remember something. Don't spend too many hours trying to practice this. Okay, or any song for that matter. You really should practice for about half an hour tops. Excuse me. So for about half an hour tops, any song that you sing, let's put it that way. Any song that you sing and that you want to have some rehearsal time to yourself, okay? Half an hour a day is more than sufficient, okay, to get a song right, okay? That is a half an hour per day. That is it. That you should be. No one should ever be singing for hours on end, okay? And the reason why is because you don't want to wear out the voice, okay? It's all about, singing especially. This is what I love about singing. Singing especially really brings out the understanding of health and wellness, okay? It really helps in all those facets, So, make sure, posture has to be intact, okay? Sitting up straight, as I always say, shoulders relaxed, okay? Breathing at all times, making sure you take breaths in between so that you can have, you can have air to support all the notes that you're singing. And then, of course, only half an hour tops. Half an hour a day should be more than sufficient, even for vocal masters, okay? For professional singers, half an hour a day is just fine. No one should ever have to sing for hours on end. I think sometimes the only exception is you're prepared. Some of the professionals might be preparing for a huge show, and so maybe a couple of hours of rehearsal that might happen. But notice, it's not a half 2 hour, maybe a couple of hours, 2 hours of rehearsal is not a regular occurrence. Not every day. Okay, it's more like crunch time for that big, fantastic show. But on a normal basis, it should be half an hour per day. That's it, and that's all to keep. That's all to keep a healthy voice. Okay, so everybody remember that half an hour a day is all that's needed. Repeating those parts. Okay, and doing it over and over again to get good at it. Okay, guys, great job once again. Round of applause for yourselves. And I want to just thank you for joining me, and thank you to all my other Academy members around the world as well. Okay, for supporting Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. I can't wait till next week. And as always, I wish you happy practicing. Everyone, take care and have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.